What a big week as students start returning to the classroom over the coming days here in the metro.
It's been a somber summer, and parents may want to check in to see how their child is feeling before the new school year starts. Here to help us navigate that conversation is Sunbeam Family Services' Charles Jackson. Thanks for talking to us, Charles.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Our first question, children may or may not have seen coverage of recent mass shootings. We had one in Tulsa. We had one at a Texas elementary school. For children who haven't noticed or brought it up, do you even have that conversation with that child? How do you do that?
Yeah, that's tough because parents don't want to scare their kids. But school shootings and mass shootings get a lot of coverage, and chances are that kids will have heard about it. So the important thing is to be developmentally appropriate when talking about it. Not talking about something like this or even avoid it can make it even scarier.
So how do you have excitement as a parent like that? It is a new school year. This should be an exciting time, but there are things to be cautious about. When you say, age appropriate, like if it was a middle school student, if you were the parent, how would you talk to that young person?
Yeah, kids of different ages are going to need, this addressed in different ways. Middle school kids, they're going to have more questions about safety and about their school safety. And with middle school in particular, chances are they're going to have a lot of misinformation. And so one thing parents can do when talking to their middle schoolers is look for the misinformation they may have and then gently address that.
A big question that kids have usually, why? Why does something happen? In a lot of these shootings, the motive is unclear. How do you navigate that question?
That's tough because there's not an answer for that. So one thing is to provide a safe space for your kids to address their own feelings and their own emotions about this. And the key thing here is to listen. If your child is talking about it, don't interrupt them. Let them talk and let them finish talking before you respond.
How do you as a parent, though, go about having, just making sure your kids know that they are safe, that there are things in place? The likelihood of this happening at their school is very rare, to kind of calm their fears down instead of, maybe, I know if I'm a mom and I'm anxious, then that, is placed on my child. How do you help mom and dad, be a good sounding board?
Yeah, that's a good question. When parents are talking to their kids about this, one of the most important things that they need to do is make sure they're in a good space and their own emotions are under control. It's important for the parent to show their emotions for their kids, to model good expression. But if they break down when talking to their kids, it's not going to be helpful. And then reassure that the adults and the schools are doing everything they can to keep them safe, just as they do with fire drills or tornado drills.
Charles, one quick question. Where can parents go for more resources, maybe some Q&As, some good tips?
Yeah, if they're noticing that their anxiety with their child is high, the first place they should go is their school counselor. They'll have a lot of resources available, and they can even make a referral. And then another great resource is the Association for Play Therapy. They have a lot of resources and links on there specifically about school shootings, but then also anxiety in general.
All right. Well, from Sunbeam, Charles Jackson, thanks for that insight today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.